All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Will Zanders with the Original Life Supreme team. And real quick, we want to do a short video on how to do a three-way phone call. All right, so three-way phone calls are really cool. Some people consider them a little bit old school, but I like them because I haven't met a single 6 or 7 figure earner industry ever who just hasn't done them but doesn't know how to do them or doesn't teach them. It's just rare to find people who don't say, man, you got to really do more three-way phone calls. I remember one of my multi-million-dollar mentors years ago in one of my earlier network marketing ventures. He would tell me, he would say, Will, he's a big guy and just real successful in the industry and everything. He had a truck that was about the size of a tank. It was a big truck. He hops out the truck, and we're talking and everything. He puts his arm around and says, Will, if I'm not doing at least 10 three-way calls a day, I think I'm just having a terrible day or something like that. It was like he's not doing at least 10. I think he might even say 20 three-way phone calls a day for his team. He felt like he was failing that day, and I'm like, whoa. So we got to step it up. But remember, he had a really huge team, and you might not have a huge team yet. So I'm just letting you know the importance of it from top earners in the industry. People just love three-way phone calls, and I like them because this industry is all about leverage. So 2 of the best examples, so let's set the three-way phone call framework with leverage, and then we'll talk about the process of how it gets done. So leverage in network marketing, I love 2 things about it. Number 1, if you have a job, let's say, and I love jobs, don't get it twisted. I love the stability of a job. I don't have one, but I love the stability of a job. Let's say you work 8 hours a day, that's cool, and you get paid for 8 hours of production. Good job. Let's say you on the side start building a part-time network marketing business and you build a team of 8 people. And these 8 people decide, you know what, we're doing this part-time. We're going to work 1 hour a day. All right. So now you have your full-time job that pays you 8 hours a day, but you're actually doubling your production because you're getting paid a piece of the effort of 8 people. So you're getting paid off 8 additional hours of productivity. Now, let's say that 2 or 3 of those people really get serious and they build a team within a couple of months of 500 people. Whoa, 500 people, wow. But all 500 people aren't going to work. Let's say about half of them decide to really grind it out and they do 2 hours a day. Whoa, a whole 2 hours, right? They do 2 hours a day of production. So you got 250 people doing 2 hours a day worth of work in a part-time network marketing business. That's not a lot, but the bottom line is that's 500 hours a day of production. You're still working your job, getting paid 8 hours a day of production, but you're getting paid 500 hours of production from the efforts of 250 people working 2 hours a day, and that number grows. So leveraging the efforts of all those people who all have a common purpose and a common vision is way better than just your own efforts. And at some point, your job becomes replaceable. It happens to everybody who does this industry the right way for the right amount of time, and that just makes sense. So that's that. So leverage is important. I highly recommend starting a network marketing business. If you don't already have one, check out the link below and we'll get you the info for the best network marketing business in the world. Now, let's get to the actual training. If you do have a video though, if you do have a company and you're watching this video just to help yourself out, good. This is a really good video. So let's dive into the training for everybody. So three-way phone calls are important. Let's look at where they occur in the process. So I hope you know, Eric Worre's book, GoPro, has 7 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. Prospecting, inviting, presenting, following up, closing, starting new distributors off right, and promoting events. Three-way phone calls is going to come not in the prospecting or inviting phase, not even the presentation phase, but somewhere around the follow-up closing phase, you're going to squeeze three-way phone calls in there. And why are we going to do that? We're going to squeeze three-way phone calls in there because that's the second time majorly you see leverage in network marketing. So let's say you send a text, we did another video on text message inviting. So you send a text message, somebody watches a video, you get back with them to follow up and they have questions. And you start quaking in your little, rookie network marketer boots. You start quaking in your boots because you're scared. You don't know how to answer these questions. Oh my gosh, what do I do? And then you vomit all over them because you don't know what to say because you haven't been around long enough to learn everything yet. Not a problem. This is where the three-way phone call comes in. When people, you're following up and you get an actual, person who says, I have some questions about the products, the comp plan, the business, whatever. I have questions. You say, oh, fantastic. Let me get, blank on the phone and we'll go ahead and get those questions answered for you. Okay, something like that. So that's not how we're going to set it up, but that's where it would play. That's where it would be. You get a chance to leverage someone in the organization who has more experience than you or maybe some more success at this point in their career than you, and you get to leverage them and get them on the phone with your prospect. So here's the psychology of why the three-way call works, and then why it works, and then we'll dive into the how, because the why is always more important than the how. In anything, network marketing, people always ask, well, how do I do it? How do I do this? Or what words do I say? How do I do it? How do I do this? And how do I do that? None of that even matters if you don't know why you're doing this, because one day you're not going to want to go to work, or you're not going to want to take another rejection, not take another no on the chin or something like that. And your why, your desire, the reasons that you're doing this have to be strong enough to pull you, out of that funk and keep you moving forward until you experience the success that you know you can have. So there's that. So here's how it is. When you get your prospect on the phone, they typically, this is not cold market, stuff like that. This is, your prospect, warm market typically, but it can be cold market if you've built up a little bit of rapport. They know you, like you, trust you, which means they have rapport for you, right? But they, especially in your warm market, they don't respect your business sense. Because if they did, in network marketing, they don't respect your business sense. If they did, you wouldn't need the expert. You could just sign everybody up. You wouldn't need it through a phone call. Just go sign people up. But it doesn't quite happen that way, probably 80% of the time. The person likes you, they trust you, they know you, but they don't have the respect factor. And you need rapport plus respect to close a deal. You can go ahead and write that down. You need rapport and respect to close a deal, okay? So you got people who you don't like them at all, but they are great in business. You won't work with them because they have no rapport. You just don't like them. It's not logical, but you don't like them. So even us, we're such irrational creatures, but that's just how it works. You need rapport plus respect, all right? So you have rapport with the prospect. The prospect is probably your cousin. They know you too well. They remember when you were a little snot-nosed running around in diapers and carrying on. They remember when your girlfriend broke up with you and you were in your room for 3 days, wouldn't come out. They don't really see you as the rock star earner that you see in yourself, okay? Not yet. So you're going to call an expert, and they're going to, and it can be anybody in the organization with more experience and more results than you. They could have joined the day before you. It's okay. If they got the experience you need and they can answer the questions, dial them up. So you're going to combine the respect that your prospect has for that new person who just came on board with the rapport that they have for you, and then boom, then you got this great opportunity to close a deal. Now, here are some of the finer points of doing it. Do not, okay? So that's why you do it, because you need respect and rapport, and you typically don't have them both. If you did, you'd be sponsoring everybody. So that's why you want to do these. Leverage that person who's been doing this longer than you to help you build your business until you become that person, okay? So here's a couple of don'ts. Do not just call someone in your upline without at least 24 hours advance notice. And I say 24 hours because, we're busy. Even those of us who are retired and do network marketing full time, we're busy. We find stuff to occupy our times. We may be, trying to beat a new video game. They got over 600 games on that machine back there. I might be trying to beat a video game and there's noise going on in the background and everything. We're hanging out, I'm trying to get to a new level and, some childish game that I really love. And you may have a serious prospect on the phone and I'm totally unprepared. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who the person is. I might not even know who you are if your number's not saved in my phone. And you're like, hey, Mrs. Anders, can we do this? I got so-and-so on the phone and they just wanted some information. I'm like, first off, who is so-and-so? Who is this? And then the prospect is going, who is this guy? What's that noise in the background? He work at a carnival? Was he at McDonald's in the play section with the kids? What's going on? So that's a terrible idea to call with no heads up. So I say 24 hours, but you may have a more flexible, leader in your upline. It may be, 12 hours or 4 hours, or hey, just giving you a heads up. I got a couple of calls today. What's your schedule like? So get in touch with them a day before to set up the call times for the next day. And that's just what you're going to have. The next thing that you don't want to do is this is just my personal preference. You may see some people tell you to do it differently. That's cool. I'm just telling you the way that I do it, the way that I teach it, and it works. For us, it works. You want to make sure that you edify. Edification is the gasoline that makes the three-way phone call car go. Without edification, this doesn't work. Even if you set it up perfectly, without edification, it doesn't work. So here's edification. You can look it up. But edification is you, the person who has rapport, building up the expert who you're going to call, and that person your prospect will have respect for that person because of what you tell them. I don't know what this is. You can't toot your own horn when you're talking to your prospect. But if you toot someone else's horn and hype them up, your prospect will buy into this crazy. But this, again, human psychology. Well, Will, why is it that way? Why are people so complicated? I don't know. Like Jim Rohn said, that whatever that is, don't worry about it. Don't sign up for that class. You just focus on getting the job done. All right? So edification is when you call your prospect and they're asking you these questions because you followed up and they're asking you these questions about the comp plan, the product, the industry, whatever it is. You say, man, that's a fantastic question. I tell you what, let me see if I can get, Miss Jane Doe on the phone, whoever your top, she's our compensation plan expert, and compensation plan expert basically means somebody making more money than you. She's one of our compensation plan experts, and she's really busy, but let me see if she's got some time in her schedule tomorrow. What's 2 times that you're available tomorrow? I'm gonna see if I can get her on the phone and maybe she can squeeze in a little bit of time for her. She's very successful. She's going to the top of the company, and I think that I'll be able to get her on the phone for you to answer those questions, because those questions are really, really good questions. And I wanna make sure I get you the right information. So right there, we were in a hurry. We got 2 times, 1 a.m., 1 p.m. preferably, but I edified Jane Doe without going all the way over the top. I called her a compensation plan expert. That's one. I said she's very successful. She's doing big things. She's going to the top in a big way. She's very busy. Okay, so I'm gonna see if we can maybe get a little bit of her time tomorrow for her to ask a couple of questions. So by the time, and then after that, you'll wrap it up. You'll call and confirm with Jane Doe, make sure she's available X, Y, and Z, and then you'll call and double confirm with your prospect. Okay, Miss Doe said she was available at 4 p.m. Man, I'm really excited to get you on the phone with her. She is a absolute rock star with this company, and I know you're going to get the information you need during the information gathering phase that you're going through right now, evaluating the company and opportunity. So thank you for your time, and we'll be in touch tomorrow. So this is what you do. Tomorrow, you shoot a text message to Jane Doe. Hey, Miss Doe, I got so-and-so. They're going to be ready at this particular time. Listen, and I'm just giving you a heads up, making sure time's still good. This is probably about 10 minutes out from the call time. Then, right before the call, you want to call the prospect and get them on the phone first. And once you get them on the phone first, you say, Jeff, hey, man, I just wanted to make sure I'm about to call Miss Doe. She should be available, but I wanted to make sure I got you on the phone so you can answer your questions. Is still a good time? Yeah, still a good time, man. And then you 3-way in Jane Doe. Now, why do you have the prospect on the phone first and not the expert? Okay, because you don't want to be on the phone. Let's say you call the expert first, and then you call your upline expert. You get them on the phone. Hey, Miss Doe, this is Will. We'll get you on the phone. I'm about to call the prospect right now. And then you call the prospect. What if the prospect doesn't answer? What if the prospect answers the phone and says, man, you know what? Terrible time, man. I'm changing the baby right now. Can we do that another time? X, Y, Z. The situation's just off. You just wasted your upline expert's time. And if you waste your upline expert's time, especially if they're cross-line from you, which I try to avoid that, but if you got to do it, you have to do it. If you waste your time, they are going to be a lot less likely to do calls for you. So the better thing to do is call the prospect, and then you can't re-edify once they're on the phone. You see, if I call Jane Doe, get her on the phone first, and I call prospect Jeff, and I say, Jeff, this is Miss Doe, and I start telling all the things, and she's right there on the phone. It's this awkward thing about like I'm rolling out the red carpet. I'm trying a little too hard, if psychologically. And I don't know why, it's just how it is. But if I call Jeff first, hey, Jeff, man, I'm excited, man. Ms. Doe's ready for the call, man. I've confirmed with her. She has that time blocked out in her schedule. I think you're really going to love her. She's really, really interesting lady with a lot of success. And look, man, and I'm going to go ahead and 3-way in. Okay, we're good. This is a good time for the call. We're good. He said, yeah, we're good. And then you can call and you're not wasting their time. So your expert knows if that phone rings and it's you at that time, the person's on the phone. It's game time. Showtime. Time to go make the donuts. You know what I mean? Now, once you get them on the phone, it's going to be crucial. You're going to introduce them. I already told Rob about you, Jeff about you, everything that you've accomplished in the company. And that I'm so grateful. I'm just happy that I was able to get a little bit of your time to answer his questions. And just so you know, this is Jeff. Jeff is from Miami Beach. He's a long-term friend of mine. We've known each other for years. He saw the video. He was interested. He had some questions about the products. And then he said he might even have some questions on the compensation plan. But really right now, he was really focused on, just learning more about how the products work and the company's vision for the products moving forward, because he knows that, products got to move for money to get made. You know what I mean? Because he's been involved in network marketing before, but never seen any real success. He's successful at his job. He's highly respected in his career. He's married and he has a baby on the way. So he's really excited about any opportunity to work from home in the future. So Jeff, Miss Doe and Jeff, and all right, I'll leave it to you guys. And then I hit mute and I shut up. I say nothing. This is the part where a lot of people get this wrong. They either miss the edification properly or they start talking once the three-way call is going on. I hit mute. And I highly recommend you hit mute, because once they start talking, you got to let the expert work their magic. You got to let Miss Doe do the thing she's done to obviously make more money than you. And if you really look further enough on your upline, you're going to have somebody who's really, really successful with most companies. This is exciting. So, once that call's going on and she's answering questions and this and that and things like that, you got to give her, whoever your expert is, free reign to handle that call. I don't care if they mispronounce an ingredient. I don't care if they leave something out that you think is so important it has to be mentioned. You shut up, you say nothing, and you let them work, okay? You let them do their thing. Your prospect actually needs a lot less information than you think to make a decision to get started. They need a lot less information than you think. We're talking about, we just went to see Creed 2 the other day. Really, really cool movie. And, just good movie, just bottom line, good movie. Love Michael B. Jordan, great actor. So what happens is, in that particular film, you got Rocky, who wants to coach a certain way, and then you got Michael B. Jordan. And this is spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie, turn your volume down until I give you the thumbs up signal, right? And so he wants to do things his own way, but Rocky has more success and more championships and more whatever. But Michael B. Jordan wants to do Adonis Creed wants to do it his own way. So he says, all right, man, forget you. I'm gonna go do it my own way. I'm gonna do my own thing in my own timing. Absolutely blows it, and then Rocky, comes back and saves the day, and everything's all gravy. But when you got an expert in your corner, you got to trust them to do their thing and work their magic, even if you think you have a better way. Because if you knew better, you do better, okay? All right, y'all can unmute it for the Rocky folks who are back. All right, cool. So great movie, no spoilers for you guys. So when you're on the phone and the expert's talking, if you interrupt them, you snatch away the respect that person had for them. So you gave edification. So the reason that they have, remember, rapport and respect. Let's bring it back full circle. Rapport and respect. You gave the prospect respect for that person by edification. When you start talking and you correct them, or you say anything at all, or you even interrupt and start adding stuff. Oh, let's tell them about this. Well, tell them about this. If you knew so much, you'd be on the call. You'd be doing a three-way call. If you knew so much, stop. You know what I mean? So don't worry about that. So, but you're taking away their respect, and you're trying to put the respect back on you. And again, the person doesn't have any respect for you. They have rapport with you. They have respect for the experts. You got to let the expert do their thing. So that's what we got. I hope that video made sense. Watch it 2 or 3 times if you need to, and then you can really do it. And the best way to do three-way calls is actually to practice them with your upline, role play, and practice a little bit. That if you stay to the end of this video, here's a great, great, great executive top earner tip for you. Role play your three-way calls before you ever do them. Let's try that. There's only maybe 6 or 7 objections that you get consistently in network marketing. Probably 7. About 99% of the time, you're going to get the same 7 objections. Role play them with your upline and figure out what to say first, and have all your responses on index cards. So they don't have enough money? Let me see what I say to that. Hold on. And you can just read it, and it comes a little bit awkward at first, but you're going to get so smooth and so good if you're talking to enough people. You're going to be fantastic with it. So role playing helps. Rapport and respect. That is the key to the three-way phone call. And then edification is the gasoline that makes a three-way phone call go. Practice it, get with your upline, and happy recruiting. All right, you guys rock. This is Will Zanders with your Gentle Life Supreme team, and I will see you at the top.